up, folks? Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome. Today I'll be doing the commentary version of the Life of A series. Now, originally this was supposed to be a prototype video of me just playing League of Legends for a laugh, but then a friend of mine suggested that I should do this as a series. For this reason and this reason alone, there is two versions of these videos. One is the non-commentary version in case you don't want to hear my voice or the commentary in general. And the other is, well, naturally me talking about the thought process behind my game, my playstyle, a little bit of background info, and everything else in between. Now, I believe this game was the better game of the games with Soraka I've got. And the reason why I chose Soraka as the first video was because she was the easiest to play in terms of utility and kit. Although I will admit said kit was a bit limited. I might actually modify that a little bit by using some of the Power Professor's recommendations and also my own. I did mention this in an outtake earlier, early on recording. I had to kind of scrap that recording, but I did mention that I'm quite surprised I didn't use the Staff of the Water Dragon. I don't know if that's the actual name of the staff, by the way, that's what I call it. But it increases the buff of healing. I assume healing in general, be it my own and the healing of the characters. So I am very surprised I didn't really use this early on. I think it's because I was following the Power Professor and I didn't want to screw up. This is actually my first PvP game in a very long time, so it's why I do make a few mistakes in this video. Now, I wasn't too sure which video this was. I thought this was the one where I had another dude with a white cape. I don't know what his name is. I thought it was called Jiri or something like that. And I think it was the second game where I kept getting killed by his ultimate. This game on your hand, no, I think this is the better game of the two. It kind of demonstrates partly my inexperience with PvP, but also my experience as a Soraka main. Now, I know Soraka has had a bit of an upgrade and buff since I last played. I had a 2-month break. 4-month break, I think 1 or 2, prior to recording, and then before that I played again in October, November time. But before that I had an 8-year break, so Soraka had the same kit as I remember, but I swear they've changed it since then. Now I went with Flash and Heal because that seemed like a more obvious choice. I wasn't too sure about Flash when I played this one, but I figured it would save my life later on. And because everyone else was using Flash, so why didn't I get to use it? Speaking of Flash, you may have noticed on my screen that I've got like the enemy characters with all their summon spells. That's just the Power Professor giving me the stats and my years. So obviously you'll get the team gold, the kill and SS per minute, even if it's level. And it gives me an idea of how fast and how good I'm doing it, as well as the team in general. And also, again, it gives me the enhanced spells, most of which have Flash, but they also have Ignite, Smite, Heal. I assume the healing is to not demonstrate, to demote the sorcery, but not demote, denote the sorcerer, sorry. Sorcerer? Healer. See, I'm getting words mixed up. Something I will point out real quick is, two things. One, this will be more impromptu than my other series, which is the Pokemon series. This will be very impromptu. And I'm not working on a script or anything. This is all coming from the heart. B, unlike my video on YouTube, the non-commentary, this video will have my improved knowledge on DaVinci Resolve. So this video may have a better editing technique than I did with my other video. It may also have some like volume changes. So that's something that I'm going to keep in mind, because I'm probably making this a little bit louder and maybe my game a bit louder as well, or turning my voice down a little bit depending on the recording. I was going to have like my voice in one ear and the game in the other, but that might be a bit off-putting. So I'm going to try and like work with the audio at some point and see how it does. Now, I don't really remember the game all that well, and the items here kind of confused me for this specific game, because I wasn't too sure what game item I should use, I should say that, what kind of items I should use. I know a lot of the recommendations is to use Moonstone first, but again, it kind of follows back to what I previously said as to why didn't I use the Staff of the Water Dragon earlier, because if I built the Moonstone first, then that, rather than Chemtech Purifier, it would have boosted my healing and abilities. I was gonna say shield, but Soraka doesn't have any shields. Not unless I use the locket. The locket, the iron locket. I'm sorry or something. I can't really remember the names all that well, so I do apologize. But if I had gone for that, then Chemtech Purifier and then Redemption, it might have been a bit different. Or go from the Staff of the Water Dragon and then get Redemption. I think it depends really on what I want to do. Do I want Soraka to make sure the characters don't heal too much? Or do I want to go straight for the healing aspect? One thing I will note is it never occurred to me to use Chemtech Purifier or Staff of the Water Dragon for Morgana. And that's only because Morgana has a black shield, which improves her ability with the black shield. But I don't know if it actually works. Someone may have to let me know about that one. I'm pretty sure it does. But there's not much point because Soraka doesn't really heal. Not Soraka. Morgana doesn't really heal other players. So it makes sense really if the plan would do it that way. So that was my fault. And also I made a mistake here where instead of like going for shooting star, I was better off healing Christina. And then I think I could have prevented this death, but we'll never know really. Again, these videos are more to like highlight some of my inexperiences, as well as some of the hapless behavior that does befell me sometimes. In this case, the minions getting to me. I will admit that was my fault. Instead of coming down, I should have gone up and around, and then that way I maybe could have survived and then lived to fight another day. But again, these are now like in hindsight about what I should do. These commentary things are like post commentary, not live commentary. I do prefer live commentary as a streamer myself, because you get the genuine reactions. Ironically, because I play on PC and I have a webcam, you can't actually see my reactions to begin with, but you can tell from my voice when I'm like annoyed or excited or whatnot. I don't know whether or not I'll be doing live recording in future videos because it does kind of kill two birds with one stone. But then that means if I modify the audio in the video, my voice goes with it too. So I feel like maybe post-recording might be better for these sort of things, and then stream for the live footage. Back to the game though, I'm trying to remember what happened here. I will admit I had to watch the video again previously just to double check the make sure it's my video. But I have noticed early on that I did not get a high creep score, crowd control score as I call it. Because normally at Soraka, I tend to kill a lot of people. I think because the Jiri and the Jink are causing me problems because they're both long range characters. It kind of made my life really awkward to like heal and support. But I think that might be why I went for Soraka in the end, because with Morgana she does have range and she does have her tormented soul ability, but the problem with both of those is that I have a very long cooldown, and in the case of Morgana's W, you should only get the reduced cooldown if she can actually hit like large minions, jungle creatures, and summoners, not easy to shoot. Now I did notice the jungler come up towards us, which is why I backed away. And I don't really remember what happens in a minute. Someone really does get me at long range. I don't know who keeps getting me with that. I think it might have been the other character. I'm not entirely sure. What else did I do here? Because I know I don't really get many kills or assists in this game. I don't really get much of a creeper score now that I think like in terms of my gameplay, this must be one of my lowest. Because I think I only got lower than 20. Which is quite rare for me, because I always tend to get quite a high number. But I think it's because I was trying to be in the mindset of the dedicated mage. And I know it's a bit weird thinking that, because there's loads of better mages than Soraka in terms of healing. But I always considered Soraka like the dedicated white mage, because 2 of her spells are dedicated to healing, and 2 of them are dedicated to like damaging. So it is very peculiar for me to call her that, but I still consider her the dedicated mage in my arsenal anyway, because I only have like a limited summoners, a handful of summoners. I've got like Soraka, Morgana, Annie, and I think a few others. Oh, and Janna as well, which I actually found a Janna video, which I might put up later. Granted, it's not my best video, and
I was kind of new with Janna, but I do look forward to playing as her again. Sorry, because she is nice, and because her tornado ability is superb. It's like you can just blow away enemies and just knock them out, and it's just so cool. Now I'm trying to remember here. What did I do? 'Cause I know I've got Wish online, but I'm trying to remember what did I do with it. Because one of the few problems I've noticed with this build specifically is how low Soraka's AP is. Like, her attack damage is more better than her AP, which is quite rare. Although I strongly suspect it may have been because I picked the wrong rune. I don't think I have, because I've got the mana curve. No, I didn't. No, I've got the Avery, so no, I must have picked the right one. I wanted the Comet originally because I feel like Arcane Comet may have been the better deal than Avery, but they both had the good sides and bad sides. But again, I'm quite surprised with how low the AP is for Soraka. I think in future games, I probably will find a way to buff that up. I know there's no point giving her Void Staff because she doesn't really benefit well from the added AP. Which by that I mean like the anti-magic defense. When I say, sorry, so I should clarify, AP for me is like the ability power. And now obviously I meant to say ability penetration. So think of it like the magic defense where my Void Staff eliminates about 40% of that. But that's quite a large gap in the defense. So someone with a low magic defense wouldn't really benefit. Whereas someone with a high, like a tank, would. So I think that's why they'll go for it. Sorcerer Shoes, on the other hand, because of its low AP value. Sorry, anti-magic resist or defense modifier. I feel that might be a bit more suitable. I think in future I'll have a play around with Soraka's abilities and see what's cool. Now I'm trying to remember how many big fights I did do in this video. I know there was maybe 2 I was involved in, and there was 1 at the very end. I will admit, this video specifically, I'm quite low in terms of a crowd control score and assists, but then that might be because of the fact that because of who I was up against. I know I said previously that was the case. So it's still, I mean, I haven't rewatched this video twice. Kind of weird. Also, I think Chris did take a bullet for me. God rest her soul. I was looking on my last legs, and then they took out Soraka. Well, sorry, they almost took me out. I don't know why I spoke in third person. I do apologize. I don't know why I didn't back off here though. This I feel was a bit of a mistake. I feel like instead of trying to get like a final kill with the creepers, I really should have just legged it. Because if he had got me there and then with his ability, I would have been dead. Okay, yeah, I used Wish here. I don't remember why I used Wish here. I think there might have been a reason for that. Also, I tend to build items quite linearly, in part because of my experiences with Morgana, where I'll go for Liandry's Anguish, then something else, then Demonic Embrace, depending on the circumstances. And I think the same was here. I went for the Moonstone Retriever, then Chemtech Purifier, and then Redemption. But I feel like I should have gone for Redemption first to take advantage of the its active ability, which makes it into like a laser beam. Think of it like an orbital bombardment, and you got the right idea. It doesn't do too much damage and healing, but it can like be useful in a pinch. And if it helps you put pressure on the opponent, that would be nice as well. I'm trying to think now, like, was there anything else that I'd rather admit this isn't one of my best play videos. I will admit right now, this is actually one of my low play videos because I didn't really do much in terms of creeper kills, and I think. Oh wait, is this where I get punched? No. Who is that? It's not Jinx, is it? Oh yeah, that is Jinx. I'm gonna say she looks different because I'm used to her normal skin. So when I'm seeing her in red, quite rare that I see it like that. What happens here now? I know, Triss just take a few out. I will say, by the way, Triss was really helpful. Like, she was not taking their bullshit. Also, first time I swore, by the way. I mean, that's the first time I ever will swear, but few degrees is advised because I do swear like a trooper, and because, you know, I will mention this in the video that I do swear a few times. So this may be the only time I've actually done so in this video. What happened? Oh yeah, I remember now, because she goes a bit too far. I was a little bit worried I couldn't save her, but I saved her at the last possible minute. And then I tried to like keep him away from her. But I think this is where he may have gotten 15. I don't really know how this dude's ultimate really works. Yeah, okay, yeah, he did catch her. I don't really know how the ultimate works. I know it's like a massive sniper rifle, but I don't really know how. And I think he just try and go for me as well. Which was my fault. I stupidly decided to go there knowing full well 2 of them will do it. But I think because of the fact I caught him, was great. I think he was in the middle of my E. So obviously that my E, if they're caught, damages them and stuns them. It does work on the minions, but it only stuns them. It doesn't really damage them. It only damages the summon. So if I do catch them, they do get stunned and silenced. Which is more than enough for someone to go in for the kill, as Zed did. Now I'm trying to think here what actually happens, because I know I do come back to get some items. Wait, do I heal these guys? No, I think I got back up. No, I think I do heal because I've stopped using recall, so I think I do try and help my teammates. Which is something I do get into the mind frame of whenever I am Soraka. I always try to assist my teammates where possible. I can't always be around the map. I think that's the downside. Like, I can't be everywhere. But when we do like big team fights like this, that's when I tend to shine a little bit. I do get a bit flustered, like now, where like I accidentally almost died as a result. And I think, no, I do die here because he ended up getting me with that weird power fist ability. It looks like a power fist ability, but I don't know. It's not fixing V. V is the one with the power fist. Also, that's a very nice name for I am Oblivion Orb. That can use some Tech Purifier. I do admit I should use more often. But also because now my AP is starting to ramp up a little bit. The only problem is though is I swear it gets lower the more they do. Not lower, but like I swear like the highest I'll get is like 200 because of how she works. I will eventually find a better way to maximize the use of my AP. Maybe my defense as well, actually. I feel like Soraka quite weak in the magic of this department. Actually, now that I think about it, now that I'm actually rewatching this video, yeah, I do feel that for some reason her armor is better than her magic resist. Surely it would be the other way around because she's a mage. You would think her magic resistance will be higher than her armor, but no, apparently not. I understand everything else. I think how I'm gonna have to do Soraka in the future is focus on the AP, the magic defense, and the movement. Not so much the haste, because the my W, when it's maxed out, tends to be pretty fast anyway. And I shouldn't really overuse the ability because it will kill me in the process. What else do I do? I know, I help out with the dragon, that's kind of nice. I say that in a weird way, because I never kill the dragon as a non-jungler kind of thing. Like, I can never get the final blow as Soraka either with the dragon. Like, I'm always trying to do that where I'm trying to get the final blow, but it doesn't really work. And I think this may be the second big fight we have, because it does go absolutely mental. And I think I do help out somewhere. I don't know what I do. I think the problem is I'm a bit too slow. Like, I did help out where I can, and it was nice. I think they do try and catch me here. And like, yeah, because of my movement speed, I couldn't really keep up. There was Jinx trying to use her ultimate against me, which, by the way, I have poor luck as a Sombra? Soraka as a, whenever I go up against Jinx, because her ultimate would always catch me without fail, and often it would kill me. But I like that this time round I took it quite well, and you know I didn't die as a result. Also, you can, because I stopped talking for a minute because I realised that sound. Jinx's little dragon head thing made a stock chomp sound, which I thought was quite cute. Oh wait, is this where? Okay, no, yeah. I tried to heal this dude before he was gonna die, and then there's like these dudes there trying to invade the base. I think we weren't good for that. I think we were a bit smarter than that. What else do we do here? I will admit, like, I was originally, in my original take of this video, I was debating why I didn't want barrier or something else other than flash and heal. But flash and heal have saved me so many times in real. And obviously there are many applications of flash that I really want to do here because there's quite a few. You can avoid enemy attacks, ultimates, you jump through certain kinds of terrain. You can't dodge the bullets though, unfortunately. Turret bullets, apparently will track you even if you are teleported. What else? Just flash do. Oh, flash can occasionally be used to like stop certain ultimates, like Morgana's Soul Shackle, which I've seen players use against me, where like I'll try and catch them and they'll flash out. That's annoying. I think I tried to use my ability again to try and keep one of them in place, but they just weren't playing ball. I am trying to remember as well which game this was. I think this is the game where we did win, because I do recognise the way we were playing. I think this is the third big fight or the third little skirmish that we did. Oh no, he caught me. Might be where I get caught. No. Oh no, yeah, I remember. I helped out with this dude, but I was a bit too slow, too half. And I think someone catches me as well for some reason. I still don't know where they catch me with. Okay, yeah, this is where I'll die in a minute. Yeah. I think this is the same dude who kills me. Like, I think all my deaths have been through that dude specifically. Not entirely sure.
Legendary.
Also, in my previous take of this video, I didn't know what this item was. And I found out it was called Redemption. And I find that item very appropriate for what it does. That was the auto bombardment thing I mentioned earlier.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Them pings. Yeah, I wanted to use Mikael's Blessing and Iron Locket, but I realized I don't think I could use the Iron Locket because the that's a mythic, and I think Redemption or the Moonstone Retriever is also a mythic. If it ain't, let me know, because I'm not entirely sure what's a mythic in this game and what isn't. At the moment, I know the only mythics I know of are like Divine Sundra, the Andrew's Anguish, and one other I want to say. I'm not entirely sure. That one a big fight, but I did help out with the healing. I think this is where my healing starts to like help out now, where like I'm able to heal a fair amount of damage, but not with Wish. I don't know how. I know Wish has like a bit of a modifier. But that's the one thing I do like about Soraka is like, because she's constantly like healing people, more often than not I'll get like a load of honors just for being a good teammate and player, when you know I want to be. Like, I do try and be a good player with Soraka. I do admit I did have like an off moment in a future game where I was just not in the mood to play support and I ended up doing Soraka and I was just being a genuine dick, but after like 5 minutes, I decided, you know what, I'm having fun. I'm actually doing my job as a support character. Let me try and help out. Like here, I help out this dude, and I did try my hardest, but I think I made the mistake of not healing him. Or should I say, that was the mistake I made. I should have really healed him rather than use Shooting Star, but that was my mistake. And then for some reason, this might have been me in a panic, but I kind of like went towards him. I kind of and there was Tristina just firing multiple bullets. Or that was either Tristina or someone else.
Your turret has been
I
destroyed.
think the guy with the tentacles,
Legendary.
he has the ability where they can steal the opponent's attack speed and they end up being faster as a result. I'm not entirely sure. Someone may need to let me know in that regard. Also, I forgot characters in this game have like an energy meter. I just realized when looking at Zed now, he's one of the few characters I know that has like an energy meter rather than a mana bar, which must be weird. I know there's a few characters in this game that have different kind of resources. I know someone uses like a blood mechanic, another one uses energy. It has been a while since I kind of like kept track with League of Legends. We do bear with me.
Has been slain.
What's this? No, this wasn't a big fight. I don't think we get many big fights in the end. We have like a few skirmishes and maybe like 1 or 2 team fights throughout the whole video, but that's about it. I don't know where I've gone though. But anyway, let me looking around the map to see where I've gone. I realised I've lost track of my teammate. Yeah, there he is. Here comes a rematch. Oh no, I got her. I did try and catch him, but he was just too quick. I do try and help out though. Yeah, I ended up healing like an absurd amount of damage. I don't know if it'll show. Yeah, I've almost healed her to full health.
Has been slain.
That's actually quite silly when you think about it, because earlier I was complaining about not being able to do too much damage, and now look at Soraka, she's just constantly over here. Yeah, I think this is where you get she kills me again with the same thing.
Has been slain.
What else did I do here? As it says, this wasn't one of my best plays. But again, I'm a Soraka. I shouldn't be worried about big plays. I should be worried about supporting my team.
Legendary.
When I'm like Janna, I kind of have the same kind of like way of thinking that I should be trying to support my teammates or disrupting the enemy where I can. But unlike Janna, I feel like I'm a better Soraka main. So like I'm a better Soraka main than I am a Janna main, but I'm a better Morgana main than I am a Soraka. Even though with Soraka, I use more for the team, I feel. As a Morgana main, I think the problem is her abilities, and also... Oh, wait, very sorry, but real quickly, takes a bullet for Triss, which I thought was quite cute. But anyways, the idea that, as a Morgana main myself, that I'm able to damage people and also just disrupt them in a way is kind of cool. So when I ended up playing as Janna, or Janna, I want to, being able to do just that was actually fun. Soraka, on the other hand, I get a fun in a different way where I like being able to heal people under stressful circumstances, even if I don't look it. And also, once my healing is at a good point, the damage can be nuts. Like, it is now 28 minutes into the video, or 28 and a half minutes, and my mana, or AP even, is 176, compared to the 46 earlier when I was, not happy with. I forgot her AP does go way up after a while. I don't think I use Moonstone Redemption anymore. Not in this game anyway, or if I do, it's quite late. It's a shame. I actually do like Moonstone Redemption, but I think in the next game or the next video I do with Soraka, I might try and try to get the water staff and see how I fare with that rather than the thingamajig. The Chemtech Purifier. I think it does depend really on what I want her to do, as I previously said. Also, that is a lot of creeps, I just noticed. That's like, I think they've been infused with power. I think that's the Baron. I want to say that's the Baron, but I'm not entirely sure. I know we did get the Rift Herald, and I know we got that. I don't know who actually killed the Baron, because they're quite powered. They're powered up. I think it might be Chris. I think Justina might be the reason why.
Every step, a new journey.
Now what did I do here? Oh yeah, there's the dragon. I think I try and help out with the dragon, but I think time around I didn't do it because it was too slow. And I think at that point the friendlies were able to deal the damage, no trouble. But this isn't the Chemtech Dragon, this is the Ocean Dragon. I think the Chemtech Dragon might be a bit difficult. I don't know what the advantages and disadvantages are to killing dragons. In fact, now that I think about it, while I'm thinking about it, what do the dragons do in this game, really? Like, I know they're meant to be used in an order to kill the Chemtech Dragon, who's meant to give you, like, a buff. Because if you kill that, you get the Dragon Soul ability. And I think you get an ability with the Inferno Dragon. Or was it Infernal? One, it was either Inferno or Infernal. I have to kind of emphasize those words because they both sound alike to me, so I kind of have to like make a point. I think, because according to my timer here, this game's only like 38 minutes long, maybe less than that because of the
Rampage.
I think after the 32-second mark. Also, I don't know why I stood still there. I think maybe I stopped so someone else could take the bullet, but I was a little bit worried that like he would kill me. I don't know why I stopped there, so that was a bit of a dumb moment on my part. Did I use the redemption? I don't know. I really can't remember if I did, because I was curious about it myself actually, because I was like, what does this do? Because I know it mentions a beam and it's like a 55 range, but I don't know what the range of that is. I don't really know how big that is actually. I never really tried it out. For comparison, I think Morgana's Q ability, I don't know what that's called actually. It's Dark Binding, that's it. That has about a range of 400 to 500, something like that. So I don't really know what the range of this ability is. In fact, I don't know why I didn't use it here. Like, using it here in a big team fight would have been ideal, but the only problem is it would have taken me about 3 seconds for it to charge. Also, I don't know what I did with the camera there. The camera just kind of like did that by itself because I weren't pressing anything. I believe now this is the final fight, I want to say. I really do, but I'm not overly confident. I know Nocturne ends up getting rid of a fair few of these. And I don't think, yeah, I think in the end I didn't use Redemption, because there was no point. I know in future games I did end up using it, and I will say every time I use it now, it is amazing. I don't think I got a kill actually. According to this, I definitely got 1 kill, and that was the dude with the sniper rifle. Jerry, I think it's called. What did we do here in the end? Like, I don't remember this fight. I know he does take a few pot shots, but I don't think I used... Okay, no, I definitely didn't use Redemption here, because I would have used it by now. So in the end, I think I may have been it.
Every step, a new journey.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed a turret.
That's that little stealth board. Yeah, I think we won this, yes. So on this note, folks, I'm going to leave it here. Have a fantastic night, and take care.
Victory!